Hey, what's up, Kabroda crew? Welcome back to the live stream, where we check out our battle box system, see what's going on for today, make sure get our daily recap in. Hope you all are having a good morning. See some people already saying good morning in chat. Got up, got for a walk, went out for a walk, and then got some coffee. So ready to check out what the market's doing. Yeah. So I guess let's just get right into it. I'm gonna head on over to our screen. Got our chart already up here. I guess we'll do a little recap of yesterday before we go into it. So let's make sure we get the right day today. So yesterday would have been all the way back to, we're on the 5 minute. Let's go to the 15, make it easier. Yesterday was like right here somewhere. So we were doing our stream about here. We had all of our lines on here. Beautiful lines. We actually had a breakout. Then we were actually trying to trade this here, trade an up trade. It just it was not being very confident in which way it was going to go. So we actually ended up taking it, got in on the retest somewhere here as it held, and then actually it might have been like here after this candle when it held, got in, and then this candle when we saw that breakdown below the 21, we were out. That was it. It did end up actually like breaking up a little bit, not anywhere close to what we were looking for, but if we had held it, we'd have gotten a little bit of trade, but not a lot really to trade yesterday. And then obviously if you traded into the night, you might have been able to get it almost set up for a breakdown, but it held that 200 pretty well on that 15, so not anything super exciting lately. That could be interesting right now, but nothing super great for yesterday. Just kind of choppy sideways price action. A little bit of an upward move. If you traded smaller time frames, you probably could have gotten a pretty good move. But yeah, nothing for the battle box at least yesterday. But let's just let's start off with the battle box. So I already got it set up. It's asking for our time frames, our volume, and book map. I don't have that open today, so we'll skip that one. And then 30-minute range. So I'm gonna just go get our screenshots. Start off with the 4 hour. And for this time, I'm gonna actually just grab this and drag it into our folder here, and then hide that. There we go. Now we got a nice clean chart. Double click it, double click all of them. Make sure they all look nice. Then we'll get all our screenshots. So screenshot this. Throw that in there. Screenshot our 1 hour. Then we'll screenshot 15-minute. And then lastly, we'll go to our 5-minute. Sweet. Okay, so we got all those. And now we need to get our FRVP. So y'all remember from, or did watch the last couple. last couple live streams, then you'll know how to do the FRVP. But if you don't, you go down 4 levels or 4 different things from the cross mouse clicker thing. Go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 4th one you click over on, and then it's fixed range volume profile. And then we're gonna go 7 to 7. So 7 o'clock or 7 a.m. on the 16th. Oops, gotta actually click it. 7 o'clock on the 16th to 7 o'clock on the 17th. And then these are going to be our 24-hour ones. So actually I already got all of these on my chart. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm just going to move them up. So you got the VAH right there, and we got our POC is right here, and then our volume low is right here under the breakout from yesterday. Sweet. So then I'm just gonna go ahead and click on the FRVP that we drew and drag it from 7 to 3 in the morning. 3 this morning. And these are going to be our smaller time frame lows. So I'm just going to click and drag all those on there. POCs right there, and then you got your volume very low right there. And we'll kind of zoom in to make sure we got them lined up pretty well. Move that one up a little bit. Sweet. And then we're gonna have to put them on the actual chat. So today I'm gonna try typing them in, see kind of what it does differently. So what I'm gonna do is I'll go to ChatGPT, and then I'm gonna just type 24-hour FRVP levels, and then Spirit Maker. I can show you guys the daily levels, but I'm gonna get them. I can send them out in the chat, but I'm gonna type them in here. So if you want to write them down, you're welcome to. But I'll also send them in the chat too. After I get them typed out. So 119.266 is going to be our first one. 266. And that is our, oops. That's our 24-hour volume area high. And then we got, for our POC, that's going to be at 118.315. 118.315. And then our 24-hour volume area low is going to be at 118.117. Oh, 177, sorry. Oh. And then our next one is going to be the 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. level. And those are going to be, the V volume area high is going to be at 118.638. 638. And that's going to be our volume area high. Our POC for that time is going to be 118,277. And then our volume area low for the 3 to 7 time is going to be 118,107. And I'm going to send those out in chat right now. But they did not look as pretty as I made them look on the thing. Alright, well, they're going to come out, but they're not going to be as pretty as what I had on there. Alright. So, next we're going to need our 30-minute range. So we're going to go ahead and go grab that. Let's go back to trading view, go to our 30-minute. And then we're going to go to our 7:30 to 8 o'clock time frame. And that's right here. This nice candle. And we're going to be having a high of 118,180. $118,180 here. And then that's going to be our high. And then our low is going to be 117,412. And then that's everything. So we'll just go ahead and send that into ChatGPT, see what it says about our market recap. And if you need the daily levels, you can just screenshot them right here. Those are them. 24-hour FRVP levels. You got your VAH, your POC, your VAL, and then you got your 3 to 7, same thing, and then you got your 30-minute high and low. So if you want to screenshot them, because I know that chat message was not as pretty as like this is. If you use like Google Lens or something, you can just pull the text out of there. Alright, so I got everything. And let's go on, check out what it's saying. So we're going to go to our 4 hour to start off with. Price is consolidating after a sharp move up. So it's probably talking about this move up. And then we got that consolidation. Could be this move, I guess, too. But technically, that's all the same run. So we're consolidating here on this sort of flag. Currently holding above the 21 EMA. But MACD is weakening. So yeah, MACD is... I wouldn't say that, but it's looking alright. Like MACD, I wouldn't say it's like the weakest thing ever, but it's definitely I mean, I could see what it's saying. It's kind of turning back down. So it came up, it almost crossed through, and then it's starting to turn back down. 4 hour does have bearish div. So if you guys don't know what div is, we do have a trading course on the channel, so you can go ahead and go check that out. It'll teach you all of that different stuff. But div is going to be whenever the price is different than, well, really just an indicator, but most of the time when we're going to be talking about, it's going to be the RSI. So as you can see here, we got basically a flat top on the RSI, and then you got a nice move up on Bitcoin, which means that there's bearish div. If you want it to be like, if you're looking for bullish, it's going to be the opposite. So like instead of on top, it's going to be on the bottom. So bearish, it's bearish since it's on top. So we got the move up and then this flat here. If it was like this, where, I mean, obviously it's not like that, but say we were here, let's do it this way. If we were looking at it like this, and you're like, oh, this is basically flat right here, and then you got a down move right here. Like, let's say it was going the other way. That would be bullish now, since it's on the bottom. But it's on the top, so it's going to be bearish div, so that's a good catch, Spear Maker. Yeah, MACD is turning into an upside down smile. It's going downwards. Oh, we got that breakdown. It's starting to, yeah, it's starting to curl back down even farther. RSI is confirming that we broke back through the yellow. So yesterday we were kind of looking at it saying, well, you know, it could go bullish if it breaks above and then holds it and starts to curl this upwards and goes up. But now we're starting to get that breakdown showing that it looks like it's going to actually just maybe not completely break down, but it's going to have more of a down run before we see that break up. RSI and Stochages are both currently down, neutral to slight downward pressure. So yeah, so you see the Stochages and the RSI are both kind of the same. That's what I was kind of saying. The one thing is this yellow line is starting to kind of curl up. So if we get a hard move down though, it'll just curl over and follow. But if we can keep that curling and then get it back on top of it, then that would be somewhat bullish. That's kind of reading ahead. Let's move to the 1 hour. So for the 1 hour, we got breakdown of the 21 and 50 EMAs, testing 200 SMA support. Okay, so we broke the 21 yesterday, which typically when you break a 21 and you're somewhat gapped from the 200, like really like right here. So we stayed on top of it, well, we sort of broke there, but we stayed on top of it. And then here we actually broke it, and we basically just came right back for that 200. We didn't get quite all the way there, but we started to go up again, and then we broke down. So more than likely, we are going to get a nice move down, at least retest the 200 here. Momentum indicators are weak. MACD is flattening. RSI is low 40s. Yep. So you got your MACD curling down just like on the 4 hour. You can see that it's a little head because it's a smaller time frame, but you see it curling down, and it started to cross back through and then turned back down. These got bright red again, which means that it's going down now instead of trying to curl back up. You got the RSI is still under the yellow. We didn't get that breakthrough and stay on top of it like on the 4 hour. And that's bearish now, so we're looking to go down farther. Stoaches are, well, Stoaches are bearish for right now. They're still curling down. And we are at the bottom though, so they could flip and try to push us back up, but Stoaches are definitely a weaker indicator at higher time frames, so that's not anything I'd be super worried about if I was saying, oh, this is a bullet or this is bearish chart right now. I'm going to take this off the chart. 15-minute. So we got a hard flush through multiple MAs. Yep, we broke down, went through pretty much every EMA we have, and then we retested that 200 right there. Bounced at the session volume area high and 24-hour volume area low. Oh, sorry, volume area low and volume area low. Volt. So we got that. Oh, there it is. So that our daily, it's kind of hard to see, but our daily's right here on this, basically on that red dotted line. It's a little below it. And then we got the breakdown through this volume area low too this morning. And then we came back up and retested that 24-hour volume area low / the 200. We really retested this zone here. So we got the retest of the 200, the volume area low, and the 24-hour volume area low, and then the regular volume area low. Which is another good sign for a breakdown because we broke major support, basically came back up, retested that major support, and then we're looking to go down. Structure attempting to reclaim, but weak for now. MACD is curling up. RSI is still sub 50. So yeah, this one's kind of opposite on the MACD. It's starting to slowly turn up. It's still bearish. It's just more like neutral bearish now. You can kind of see it. It could move up, but more than likely it'll continue down, and we could see RSI continue downwards and the Stoaches curl back down, and that would cause and obviously like the chart actually moving down would cause the MACD to turn around and come back down. Just take a little break basically before it continues down farther. It's attempting to reclaim, it said, so which that would have been like 2 candles ago now that I sent the thing, so, or 1 candle ago now, I guess. But we definitely didn't reclaim. We're below daily support, so not anything super exciting on the, if you're trying to be bullish, I guess, on the 15-minute. 5-minute, we got to bounce off the 117,800 zone. Yeah, that was a couple candles ago now. Back towards POC, close around 8. Yep, so it tried to get up here, like we were talking about, went up, broke down, and then when it's talking about it was on this candle probably up here somewhere, and we didn't get that breakthrough. So it retested the 21 here and bounced back off of it. So it definitely looks more bearish on here. We got the the MACD is currently down too. RSI is looking decently bullish right now. You got the curl up. RSI is bouncing back on that yellow line, and then you got Stoaches are bearish really. They're kind of curling back up like they could fire again bullish, but they're really more bearish right now. So market is, what Echo thinks is market is in a potential pullback phase after a larger trend leg. Compression is forming between the volume area low and the POC levels. No directional breakout confirmed yet. So our breakout triggers. This is the one thing I didn't send in the chat. So our breakout trigger is going to be at 118, and I'm going to change this on mine. 118,632. Oh, 638. I mean 118,638. So it's like right on that volume area high. Breakdown triggers at 118, 107. So it's right there on the volume area high. Or volume area low, probably. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hide this one. And then I'm just going to take this and say /breakdown. All right. And then I'm going to go up to the other one. I'm going to hide that thing, and I'm going to say /breakout. Now we got both on there. Why do you look at higher time frames when we trade lower time frames? That's a good question, Street Maker. So basically, we look at higher time frames because we want to get the I guess bias, or like the way that we kind of learned it was the weather report. So like the idea is that you're looking at the higher time frames to kind of see like what storms are coming, or like what weather's kind of coming your way. So that way you know when you're trading the smaller time frames, you know kind of like I guess let's put it this way, like say you're going to the beach for a couple hours in a while, and that would be like your trade ideas when you're going to the beach. So like you're not just going to head to the beach without knowing anything about what the weather's going to be like, right? So like the idea is we don't just trade, because if you just trade, you're kind of just, it's like heading to the beach and just like saying, well, it's going to be sunny, because like you're just hoping it's going to be sunny. And I mean, like, you know, on your drive to the beach, you might be looking around and be like, oh, you know, the weather's decent, like it looks fine. But you could also just be in the eye of the storm. So like you get to the beach and it's nasty and stormy all day. It's kind of the same thing. So the idea is that you're looking out here at the longer time frames, and you're looking for kind of like what the weather's going to be like, or like what bias the market kind of has. So that way when you go to the shorter time frames, not necessarily that you're like, oh, you know, the 4 hours bullish, so that obviously means that the 5 minutes is going to be bullish all day, so I'm just going to trade up. No, it just means you're looking at the higher time frames, so you kind of know the basic bullish, or not bullish, the basic bias for the day. So that way you can go to the lower time frames, and then you just know that when the 5 minutes sets up, it's better to take a, like, let's say the 4 hour is bullish, 4 hour and 1 hour are more bullish. Then you know when you go to the 5 minute, more than likely you're going to want to take a bullish trade, because more than likely the weather is going to be bullish idea, or a nice weather. So like it's good to go to the beach because you know more than likely that the weather is going to be bullish, or weather is going to be nice and sunny out all day. But that doesn't mean a storm can't roll in though either. So it just kind of helps you get a general idea of kind of like what's going to happen for the day. That's why we look at the longer time frames. If you want to hear a little more about that though, go ahead and check out our channel. We do have I believe we have some videos on discussing on the longer time frames versus the shorter ones. Oops. Alright, so we got all of those. Daily resistance, daily support, we'll throw those on there. So daily support, it's going to be at 117,412. Oh, nice. Look, we bounced like right off that. Amazing. Okay, then we're going to go to the daily resistance. So I just deleted that. So that where the levels come from. Yeah, some of the levels, yeah, we're using as longer time. So like, it kind of depends on how you're gonna like. It depends. Yeah, yes, some of the levels are gonna come from there. The longer time frames are gonna have like stronger levels. So if you're looking at, let's say, daily support, or like if you're out, traditionally the way that you get a level is you kind of like, let's say, oh, there's resistance at this zone, and so you'd mark it. Like say, oh, there's resistance here, and so you'd mark a line here, and you'd say, oh, that's the 4-hour support, or that's 4-hour resistance. It depends on, if we're below the price action, then it's resistance. If we're above it, or if we're above the line, it's support. If you're below it, it's resistance. So right now this would be resistance, but we'll be like, oh, this is strong resistance, because see, obviously it came up, it hit this resistance here in this level multiple times, and then crashed back down. That would be stronger than if I was going to say, oh, we'll go to the 5-minute and be like, oh, well, like looking at this, obviously there's a lot of resistance in this general zone right here, which obviously there is. But if you're like, oh, like, let's get a box. If I remember where they are. Yeah, we'll say, oh, like right in this zone, there's a lot of resistance. And you'd be correct. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's very strong, because, and that's kind of the same level I just drew, really, but it's going to be less and less strong the lower the time frame. So it is where the levels come from. A lot of our levels are based more off of math and different things. So like the FRVP has its own calculations that it does whenever you draw the lines between different things. But yeah, in basic TA, yes, that's where the levels come from. Typically, the stronger levels are going to come from there. We got the daily support. We were doing daily resistance, so let's throw that on there. Let me start it here. Oops. Alt J if you want to array. And we had blue. That's what I was looking for. Throw it out here with the other one. And this is daily resistance. Oh. So we got our daily resistance there now. Trend outlook, bias neutral to bearish, unless, yeah, so basically we're looking today for that drop, essentially. There is a trap risk that ChatGPT is calling out near 118.315 and 118.638. So it's saying if we break into this zone, like if you start to break above the 200, watch out, because it could be a trap. And actually, ChatGPT's or our Echo Battle Box trading system, whatever you want to call it, Kabroda Trading Battle Box, has been pretty on point lately with these trap calls. So I would watch out for that. Again, not financial advice, and our bot's not perfect, but it is something to be mindful of. Definitely watch out for that. A trap wick, or a trap like little run above the 200 here on the 5-minute. For price claims 118 with strong volume. Watch for 15-minute breakout continuation setup. So yeah, just like every day. We are bearish, neutral to bearish, just like we were saying. The higher time frames are showing that the weather report, if you will, is saying that we're looking neutral to bearish. So we're like, more than likely it's going to be a bear day, basically. But if we end up breaking through on the 5-minute and starting to come up, then it could go the other way and we could have a bull day, or bull day. So we just have to be watching that. But yeah, more than likely it is going to break down here. If price falls below 118.107, we could retest support near 117.412 with a possible breakout. 117.412. Yeah, that's our daily support. So it's saying if we break below this, we'll probably see a retest. That'd be your I guess entry for today if you're looking at possible trades. Bookmap and liquidity zones, ending details called out once. Bookmap explanatory trade. It's clear wall at 118.315 and 117.800. Sweet. So we got our daily market cap repeat ready, and that's essentially what we're looking at. So today it's more of a bear day. The weather forecast idea for today is more of a bearish forecast. So we're looking for that breakdown. We could have a little trap wick up here, but more than likely we're going to see that bear breakdown. So be on the lookout for a breakdown to here, come back retest. According to the system, you would have already been checking this trade here out. So we'll kind of see how it pans out, but for now, there's nothing happening yet, but just be on the lookout for today. Watch those levels. Be mindful of the bearish forecast for today, and yeah, just watch for that breakdown below the daily support and then a retest. I'll catch you all next week in the next ones, and have a good weekend. See y'all.